Will you defy fate, brush off despair, and forge bonds with your allies? Will your other half remain by your side? The kings and queens have vanished like melted snow, like wind-swept sand. Who remains? A familiar stranger, a loved one whose name you don't know. One knows the truth. In this world, there is no emptiness. Your dream will not come true.
Lady Nell isn't coming out, is she?
Sitting alone under a tree, not saying a word? Never seen her withdraw like this before.
She has been there for half an hour. Perhaps we should offer our aid.
Mauvier, you really don't understand the tenderness of the heart, do you?
I do not follow.
Lady Nell just revealed her innermost feelings, a love she has kept concealed for years. It's only natural she might need some time to herself after that.
Ah, I see.
People's hearts are fragile when they're in love. You gotta be gentle with them, big guy.
Sounds like you speak from experience, Gregory. Have you been in love before?
Nope. But I hear it's as terrifying as it is exhilarating. You?
Me? Well, What was the question?
I hate leaving Lord Nil and the Divine Dragon alone for this long, but she needs time. If only there was some way to reunite Lady Nell with her love. We all know how deeply she cared for the Divine Dragon.
Yeah, but that was the other Divine Dragon, not this one.
You think I don't know that? I just want to see Lady Nell happy. She deserves every happiness.
Yes, a loyal attendant always wants the best for their liege.
That I can comprehend, even if the tenderness of the heart is beyond my grasp.
I'm glad you understand. And I hope you all know I care about you just as much as I do her. I want us to stick together and keep each other safe.
Thank you all for giving me that space.
Please, Lady Nell, think nothing of it.
You feeling better?
Very much. Thank you for giving me the time to reflect. I suppose I never fully dealt with the loss of the one I loved so dearly, but I deeply regret the trouble I caused. I should have told you about the corrupted royals. You are my trusted confidants, and I should have known to rely upon you.
You honor us, Lady Nil. No doubt Lord Nil would also be comforted by those words.
Of course. I owe the Divine Dragon an apology as well. My behavior has been frightfully rude. I hope we will be able to begin anew as friends.
I think that's a great idea. Let's hurry back to the others. They must be tired of waiting.
I will meet you properly this time, Divine One. I will finally set aside my grief for the one I lost, and see you for the person you truly are. Here we are. Divine One? Nil?
That's strange. There's no one here.
Are we in the wrong place?
I don't believe so. We walked the right direction, and I remember the scenery from earlier.
I hate to raise the possibility, but there may have been an ambush.
Sister! Everyone! I'm so glad you're back.
Nil, what a relief to see you safe.
We have a problem. The bracelets are gone.
Gone? How?
The Divine Dragon took them and left. I fear the plan is to finish this alone.
Then we must begin our pursuit at once.
I managed to cast a simple tracking spell before we parted. The trail should still be active. I regret that I lacked the courage to give chase. In truth, I feared being separated from you all. I hope you can forgive my cowardice.
There is nothing to forgive, Nil. You made a wise decision. If you can show us the way, please do.
Of course.
This dire state of affairs is entirely my fault. We have now crossed into Somme. I cannot begin to fathom the Divine Dragon's objective.
It is very close. In fact, the trail of my spell ends right here.
Some kind of temple.
Let us enter.
It is dim in here. Watch your step. You are certain this is where the Divine Dragon is now?
Reasonably certain. Behind you!
Corrupted?
Oh boy. A lot of them, too.
We will take them on. Stay behind me, Nil. Nil?
Your consideration is appreciated, dear sister. But I do not require your protection. I confess, I always rather despised that about you. Your superiority. Your condescension.
What?
The look on your face. Wake up, Nell. The Divine Dragon is not here.
Explain what you mean by this.
Lord Nil, are the corrupted here your doing?
No. It was a mistake, surely. Lord Nil didn't know where he was taking us.
Is that what you think? Perhaps this will change your mind.
Emblem Crom. He should be in slumber.
Must I spell it out? Your unknown malefactor has the power to awaken emblems. And here he stands before you. I am no powerless failure. I will fulfill the late Lord Sombron's ambitions.
But you are my brother. We have always been together. Two halves of a whole. You cannot be our enemy.
Who else could it be? There is no one left. All of our siblings are dead and gone. I dispensed with the lot of them myself. With one exception, of course. Has it all become clear to you? Good. Farewell then, my dear sister. Enjoy being buried with your 4 little breezes. I am off to sink my teeth into your darling Divine Dragon.
Nil, how could you?
Lady Nell, please. We must focus.
None of this makes any sense. But the corrupted won't wait for us to figure it out.
They are many, but we are strong. Once I transform, Nil has my dragon stone. And while we are cornered here, the Divine Dragon is in grave danger.
Lady Nell, leave this to us.
No, Celestia.
We may not all make it out of this, but the 4 of us can create an opening for you to escape. Quickly, you must get away from this place. Go to the Divine Dragon!
No, I will not leave you here.
Celestia's right. You have to go. You are the only one who can stop Lord Nil.
We've always been the ones running away. Let us be heroes for once.
It'll be an honor to ensure your safe passage.
Now, Lady Nell, hurry!
Farewell, my dear 4 winds. Hear me and obey. Survive until we meet again. That is an order.
We won't let you down!
Here I am, Divine One.
Nil.
My dear sister and her precious 4 winds have now been dealt with.
No. Well, if that's true, you should just kill me. But I don't think you have it in you.
You're wrong about that. But you still have a part to play in this. Come along now.
I'm not going anywhere with you.
Is that right?
You said I have a part to play. What if I refuse to cooperate? I won't do anything that helps you win.
How can you be so cruel? Does the love of my sweet sister mean nothing to you at all? I'd already begun to think of you as family. You've cut me to the quick.
You can stop your lies now.
Nothing escapes your notice. But if you intend to resist, I can simply force you.
Do your worst. I won't give in.
I suppose there is only one way to know. Shall we find out together? Nell? How?
Divine One, you are alive.
Nell!
You actually left the Four Winds to die? I ought to have seen that coming.
Nil, stop this at once. Father is dead. There is no longer any need to carry out his wishes. I know his ambitions are not your own. It is meaningless for us to fight.
Meaningless? You know absolutely nothing of my ambitions. Come forth, my corrupted.
But they're...
The assassins from Lethos Castle. That attack was your doing all along.
Of course. You dared mock our Lord Father's ambitions. It was my duty to kill you, failure. Enough. Take up your weapon. See for yourself whether this fight has meaning.
This is not who you are, Nil.
Hold still, Divine One. I want you to watch each of your allies perish.
Your orders?
Me?
What you got?
Ready and able.
Excuse me.
Shall we dance?
Thank you. I will atone.
All right.
Yes!
Count on me. Where to?
You have my attention.
Hello, Divine One. So sorry that we were interrupted earlier. If you'd rather not fight, all you have to do is agree to come with me.
Let me guess. You want me to turn over the 6 bracelets, too. Since you have the 7th, I'm sure you're eager to finish your collection. That's not happening. I'll stop you here.
I am sure I would say the same in your position. How tedious.
I tire of these games, Divine One. Since you are Father's most hated enemy, I will simply take what I need and then destroy you.
We do not have to fight, Nil. There is still time.
Time for what? Talk? We are well past that. Do you expect me to simply abandon my plans and surrender? Go back to being a failure?
We can resolve this. Explain your plans to me. Help me understand.
I intend to gain power and to kill you. That is all you need to know before you die.
Unprotected.
Good night. Big help.
Unforgivable. great help.
Look what you made me do.
Now! Your struggle has had an end.
Do not suffer. I am sorry. Thank you. Looks like I win. Just a scratch.
I'd rather be friends.
Rest now.
I'll assist.
This is busy work.
Victory is mine!
You missed.
Sounds fun. I want to get in on the killing. I guess I'll need some pawns. You're not going anywhere.
Witness my power, Divine One.
I'll do my best.
I'm sorry. That's better.
Very effective.
Oh, I'm gonna enjoy this.
Excuse me.
Impressive.
Sorry.
Whatever you need. Thanks a lot!
At the ready. You missed. Yeah.
You're not going anywhere.
Watch out for my corrupted wyverns. They are so very eager to tear your divine dragon apart.
Excuse me.
Die. Sleep well.
Sorry. What fun!
Nothing left of you.
Big help!
May none disturb your rest.
Sorry. I'm falling back.
believe I did that.
That helps.
I'll assist.
You missed.
Rest now.
Your struggle has had an end.
No problem. Together, for our friends! Now I have you!
Just a scratch. I'm still alive? Huh. I thought I was done for.
Emblem engage. Agony. We'll be together forever.
Thank you.
Were you at Lethos Castle? Sorry, there's so much to keep track of these days. Incineration. Inhumation. I'm not alone anymore. Agony. We'll be together forever. I can't retreat now.
Sorry! Again!
Was that too much?
Press on. I'm not alone anymore.
I'll protect you.
Excuse me. Sorry for the trouble.
I could quiz you.
My gratitude. Witness my power, Divine One.
I'm sorry.
Kind of you.
Let us begin. Uninfected. May none disturb your rest.
I'll assist. I love it. Hey, me. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm you. Huh. That's exactly what I would have said. You really are me. I'd be lying if I said this wasn't a dream come true, but it's not to be. You're too... villainy. Oh, I know, I'm a real piece of work. In fact, that hooded assassin in Lethos? It was me! And since I'm such a bad guy, I think I'll kill you and take your place in that other world. But look on the bright side. The last thing you see will be your own handsome face. Sorry. Now that was fun. Whoops. Guess I lost. How many times is that now? Please, don't worry.
The fight is not yet done.
That helps.
Yes.
Kind of you.
Too kind.
Excuse me.
Not enough.
No!
You're an enemy, aren't you? In that case...
Do you insects ever die? Enough of this! Kill them!
That helps.
Emblem, engage! Strategy in motion.
Me?
sorry. What fun!
Fine work.
My good friend.
I knew it would end like this. This pain is nothing compared to Father's.
Hurry! Quickly now!
How gracious.
I'll assist! Again!
Thanks a lot!
I'll do my best. Hurry! I'm sorry. Yes. May none disturb your rest.
My strength returns.
Unacceptable!
Come to kill me, have you? But I thought we were friends.
At the ready.
What a pain.
Try again! Impudent! Very effective.
I'll protect you.
Sorry! I'm sorry you're stuck with me. Excuse me.
Impudent!
Thank you. I win this one.
Kind of you.
Quick change! If this is war, so be it.
Emblem, engage!
I've decided.
Glad we met.
Our bonds give me strength.
Relax!
I'll follow.
Could this be my end?
So, you finally struck at me in earnest.
Nell, you saved me.
I could not bear to lose you. Please, allow me to apologize for the manner in which I have treated you. It was unforgivable. In my weakness, I failed to accept that you are not the same divine dragon as the one I lost. I understand that clearly now. And if you would allow it, I would like to begin again as friends.
I'd like that too.
Thank you, Divine One.
Do you think Nell is all right?
He is merely unconscious. But let us reclaim the bracelet while we have the opportunity. The bracelet of the Shepherd Exalt. The only one we had from the start at Lethos Castle. I never imagined that we would be forced to do battle with you, Emblem Crom.
I knew you would triumph. The darkest futures still have hope. May you both cherish your new bond.
We will.
Let us make haste to the Four Winds.
There's so many of them!
Yes. Every time we defeat one, another appears.
We cannot sustain this for much longer.
We can take shelter behind that altar and escape them for a moment. Follow me!
Phew! Finally, a chance to catch our breath.
Not for long. The enemy will break through in time. What do we do?
There's also only one exit, and it's blocked by a sigil calling forth more corrupted.
You mean, we're trapped?
Indeed. Trapped in a temple full of the corrupted.
It's fortunate we got Lady Nell out when we did. She could have been stuck in here too. But as much as I hate to say it, there appears to be no escape for us. We probably won't survive.
I have a plan.
You do? I mean, great! That's just what I'd expect from our second-in-command.
A plan to sacrifice our lives to take out as many of the corrupted as we can.
What?
Good enough. Let's hear it.
We can only do so much fighting individually, but what if we could crush them all at once? We can head to the four corners of the temple and knock down the pillars holding it up. That will destroy the temple and all of the corrupted inside. If all goes well, we will also prevent them from pursuing Lady Nell and the Divine Dragon.
But... and I just want to be clear. We all get flattened, right?
Correct.
I approve. If all the roads lead to death, let's at least take the one that brings those creatures with us.
It would appear this is our best option. Count me in.
But... yeah, I'll do it.
You are all certain about this?
At least we're going together, right? No one has to face the end alone.
Gregory, it will probably hurt a bit.
Yeah, I think so. But it's fine. If I remind myself this is the last pain I'll ever feel, I can bear it. I mean, I probably can. Yeah, I can.
Madeline, you are still so young in years. Perhaps there is a way for me to destroy 2 pillars, so you have a chance to escape.
Why? Are you afraid I won't be up to the task on my own?
No, not at all.
Then I reject your proposal. I want to share my fellow Winds' fate, whatever that may be. Besides, your plan depends on us destroying the 4 pillars at the same time.
I urge you, do not make this sacrifice just to be known as a hero. The dead do not hear praise.
I know. My mentor taught me that what's important is not praise, but what one achieves. And above all, living a life one can be proud of.
You really have grown into a splendid knight.
Hearing you say that, I can face whatever comes next.
Well, friends, looks like our time's up.
I'm glad we got this final chance to be together. I love you all. Now, let's destroy them! Lady Nell, this is as far as we go. Forgive us for not obeying your command to live. I hope you and the Divine Dragon find a way to save Lord Nil and live in happiness. Listen up, Four Winds. This is our final mission. Break the pillars!
What was that? I heard something.
My winds. No.
Nell.
My corrupted have performed better than I could have hoped. The temple has collapsed, and unless my senses have failed me, nothing within the rubble survives. The Four Winds are no more.
No!
How did this happen?
We were deceived. The Four Winds and I were attacked by the corrupted inside that temple. They remained behind so that I could escape and make my way to you.
No.
You refused to cooperate with me earlier, Divine One. Perhaps this will force your hand.
Nell!
If you value her life, you will meet me on the island that once floated among the clouds.
Nell! Stop! What do I do? An island that was in the clouds.
It has been some time since those twins betrayed me. Soon, my foe will strike me down. Perhaps I will deliver a killing blow in turn. It matters not. All is in motion. My child will realize my desires. Meanwhile, the Divine Dragon will die childless, with no heir and no legacy. The fool. My pawns move as I will them to, without hesitation. But I wonder, how long will that son of mine keep up this ruse of being Nell's twin? After all, her real twin is no more. That failure died long ago.